In my early video, I think I did one on the box. This is the work truck box. So just to show you what you can do with very little work. We didn't take the dents out. We didn't take too many of the chips out. It's pretty clear. It's nothing crazy, but I mean, look, you can see all that right in the reflection of the paint. Pretty good. Doesn't seem to be too blurry or anything. Pretty happy with that. There's kind of a dent there, but we got enough of it out that I can't even see it anymore. There was two weird dents in the side of the box. See, I can show you this way. But when it's out in the wilderness, I don't think you're going to notice a whole lot of that. Because outside, you know, there's nothing too straight. But yeah, it's not bad. You can see my filters reflected in the door. This is where she was all banged up and banged in. If I come over here, you can see that little whoop there. When you're right behind it and stuff now, it's not as bad. But luckily this tailgate has a lot of shape to it anyway, so it kind of hides some of it. But like I said, this was a junk tailgate that was twisted, and we twisted it back, and it opens and closes. We're happy with that. Good enough for an old work truck, that's for sure. Then there was a great big dent here that someone badly fixed, so we kind of smoothed it out. And again, nothing crazy. Some of the ripples and dents, if you were doing a silver vehicle, might have been a little more difficult to deal with. The clarity is pretty good. And here, when I was done all the green on the last coat, I had enough. We weren't going to shoot this, but I went ahead and shot it. And then when I did the first coat of clear coat, I did clear coat that just the one time, real light. And then when we were done our last coat, we didn't get too close because we didn't want to get dry spray. So we kind of started about here and then just shot it. And again, real fast. So at least you look down inside the crack, it was green. We weren't even going to worry. Normally I just paint them to about here, but it's not bad. There was some weird body work up in here and stuff before. But I think we're good. Our line where we did the gravel guard is nice and straight across. It's not way up in here where it was before, which was weird. And whatever they shot on it was like hard, but it sanded real nice and smooth. So it is still protected up there. Except here where it was all wavy and dented and bizarre. And again, we just kind of made it fit because it almost seems as though there's a little bit of a wow in. Like out here, I think they built it all up too far. Who knows? We didn't dig into it that far. Like I say, this is for a plow truck. So, you know, even with a box that's not perfect, you got to do a bit of body work and whatever. And I mean, it doesn't say that if you had this box available to you and the price was right, and you had a real nice truck, you could have easily put a skim coat of filler on this and blocked it all out. We didn't do that here because we weren't going to take that kind of time. Every minute I spend doing this stuff, you know, this is not a high-paying job by any means, so that's just something we can use on a work truck. My buddy's plow truck, basically. And then the tailgate was just in the box, buried in snow, so that was kind of a bonus. And we didn't know it was twisted, but when I threw it on the truck, kind of after doing some quick body work, and again, this was a twisted, smashed up tailgate. We spent like a couple hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours on it, and then threw it on the truck, realized it was twisted out. It was about 2 inches, I guess. So I showed how I set up the chain and it come along and just pulled it in. And the nice thing with these new boxes, they kind of twist and move, and you know, it's not like the old boxes where you're going to bend it completely out of shape. It just sort of almost went back into shape. But anyway, I don't know what the color code is, but it's a dark green. In the sun, these tend to look super duper green, and in the shade, they tend to look black. That's the color. I'm sure you've seen those Fords out there, that color. I happen to like this color, and I don't particularly care for dark forest greens, but it's so dark and black. And now you're seeing more green than you normally would, and that's because we got all these lights down the wall. But, you know, when you see a truck in this color, most of the time it almost looks black, and then the sun hits it and you see the green run through it. So it's kind of a nice color. We'll be happy with that. Cheers.